warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Things podcast FEBTD UNUSA.
And today we will a collaboration international from Malaysia.
And today discuss about international collaboration. Does it matter? In specific is multicultural education.
Yes, because we use bilingual language, so we can make Indonesian language today.
Betul sekali, karena untuk pemateri kita atau our speaker today is from Malaysia. Jadi tidak jauh-jauh ya bahasa Malaysia dengan bahasa Indonesia. Langsung aja karena our speaker sudah berada di tengah-tengah kita. Assalamualaikum Dr. Asma, bagaimana kabarnya hari ini?
Waalaikumsalam. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. So thank you for having me today.
Alhamdulillah. Oke.
Untuk selanjutnya mungkin kita akan bergiliran untuk menanyai Dr. Asma. Pertanyaan yang pertama nih terkait kesibukannya Dr. Asma. What is your busy today?
Okay, so sayanya kalau di Malaysia we call it as a lecturer. Kalau di sini dipanggilnya dosen, right?
Dosen.
So kalau in terms of working routines, okay, as a lecturer, my priority is the teaching. Okay, so I'm teaching in my courses, okay, and beside than teaching, okay, I'm also responsible in doing research. And then I'm also have to write several research papers, and at the same time, I need also to involve with the communities. So I'm also will join any related communities activities in my country.
Wow.
Di sini mungkin dipanggilnya pengabdian masyarakat.
Pengabdian masyarakat.
Di sananya kita panggil community service.
Community service. Oke. Oh, di era ini dokter ya, banyaknya aktivitas yang sudah dilaksanakan oleh Ibu Dr. Asma ini. How do divide between your family and your work?
Okay, for me myself, okay, sometimes I ada masalah in terms of the time management as well. But for me, okay, biasanya saya cuba bahagikan masa, okay, from my working hours as well as with my personal matters. So during my working hours, during my working hours, okay, I will try to focus my best, okay, in doing my working activities. But after the working hours, I will try to focus and giving my time to my families, so that I have time for them as well. Bukan hanya bekerja saja.
Untuk keluarga.
Untuk keluarga juga.
Okay, well, doctor, because today we talk about multicultural education. What do you think about multicultural education?
Okay, multicultural education, it creates an equal opportunities for all students. Okay, for all students coming from different races, ethnic as well as social backgrounds. So in multicultural educations, we could expect that the students, the way they think, the way they act, okay, will be influenced greatly with their difference in terms of culture as well as their practices, because of every culture, okay, every culture, every races, they will have like a different set of behavior. So it will also affect the way they think and the way they act. So this what will makes multicultural education different from the usual education, because it involves a lot of different races as well as different ethnics and also different social economic background.
Well, dokter, setelah dijelaskan tadi, kira-kira apa sih yang membuat kesusahan atau kesulitan dari mahasiswa maupun siswa ketika student exchange maupun multicultural education ini?
Okay, in terms of the struggles facing by the students in multicultural education, firstly, I would say in terms of the language. Okay, language we can look in terms of the what we call it in terms of the kelancaran bahasa Inggeris. Boleh faham kelancaran bahasa Inggeris.
Memang kesulitannya di bahasa Inggris.
Yeah, first thing is in terms of the language usage. Okay, kerana pelajar ini dia ada what we call it different level of proficiency. Some of the students they are excels in English. Some other students they might not feel very confident to speak in English. So in terms of the language, it will create a barrier for the multicultural education environment. Some of the students which is not proficient in using English language, they might feel reluctant to speak with other students, because in multicultural education, definitely we will use English as the medium of language, right? So for the student who is proficient in English, I think they shouldn't be a big problem for them. But for the student who is unable to speak fluently in English, they might feel or they might have several difficulties in terms of that. Mungkin dia akan rasa agak kurang yakin untuk berbicara bersama kawan-kawan internasional yang lain. Mungkin itu satu barrier terhadap pelajar tersebut lah. And another struggles maybe I can see in terms of the teaching environment or teaching methods. Okay, disebabkan multicultural education ni dia melibatkan banyak races, banyak ethnics. Jadi kaedah pembelajarannya akan jadi berbeza. Mungkin ada sesetengah pelajar tu dia tidak dapat untuk adapt dengan kaedah pembelajaran tersebut. Mungkin dia akan rasa he is not belong to the group. He is not fit into the group. So the teaching method will be a barrier as well for them. And the last one I can see in terms of the cultural adaptations. When the students are coming from different culture, they might feel several difficulties in following the classroom sessions, because the way the class conducted might be different, because of every country will have their styles of education system, right? The student cannot fit well in the system, so mungkin ada kesusahan di situ. Mungkin pada permulaannya.
Berarti memang dari bahasanya sendiri.
Ya, sebelum boleh adaptasikan, ya mungkin itu.
Berarti selain berketinggalan kesusahan dari bahasanya sendiri, itu berarti juga bisa mengakibatkan nggak suka bergaul atau ketinggalan pergaulan?
Begitu juga. Bila ada pelbagai ethnics sitting in the same classroom, some of the students, because just now what I mentioned in terms of language barrier, right? Because if the student is not unable to speak well in English, he or she might feel isolated from the other friends. So mungkin dia lebih suka cari kawan dari negara yang sama. So dia lebih nyaman berbicara bersama kawan yang dari negara yang sama, Malaysia dengan Malaysia, Indonesia dengan Indonesia. Mungkin dia rasa not very confident to mingle around with other friends that coming from different countries.
Berarti kalau misalkan di Malaysia sendiri kan dilihat dari yang student exchange brief sekarang kan ada yang dari rasnya India, Malaysia sendiri sama Cina. Nah, untuk bahasa yang digunakan sehari-hari di Malaysia itu lebih ke apa?
Kalau bahasa rasminya semestinya kita akan gunakan bahasa Malaysia sebagai bahasa utama. So jadi pelajar Malaysia, even though they are Malay, Chinese, or even Indians, okay, they will talk in bahasa Malaysia, but among the same ethnic, they will use their native language. If Chinese, then they will speak Mandarin. If Indians, then they will speak Tamil with them, and in some cases they might use English to communicate with to communicate among them. Tapi kebiasaannya bahasa Malaysia adalah bahasa utama, yang dituturkan.
Kalau di UMK sendiri bahasa utamanya?
Kalau di UMK is UMK kan?
UMK.
Yes, di UMK ataupun UMK itu, okay, dari segi pergaulan harian, okay, our daily conversations, in daily activities, normally we will speak bahasa Malaysia. But in classroom, okay, in classroom during the lecture session, we will deliver our lecture in English. We will deliver our lecture mostly in English, but in several cases, okay, we might mix with bahasa Malaysia as well to suit with the conditions, because some of the students they might need further explanations, so kita akan switch ke bahasa Malaysia untuk sesetengah aspek di situ untuk lebih mudah faham.
Berarti selain juga untuk belajar bahasa Inggris, juga di Malaysia itu mengenalkan bahasa Malaysia sendiri ya?
Ya betul, bahasa Malaysia ini adalah bahasa utama. Dan keduanya bahasa Inggeris.
Okay, Doctor. The next question is how it can be implemented in Indonesia or in Malaysia.
Okay, to implement multicultural educations, I think the most important part is we should establish the international atmosphere. Okay, so in order to establish this international atmosphere, okay, one of the way is the institution itself, okay, UNUSA ataupun UMK, okay, we need to promote more international activities, and also at the same time we also need to take more international students coming to our university, and in part of that, okay, the institution itself, okay, they might need to hire or employ more foreign lecturers. Okay, if we have more international students, if we have more foreign lecturers working in our institutions, okay, it can create more international ambience in that institutions. So in the classroom, okay, the classroom would be exposed to more multiculturalisms, because we have international students sitting in the same class with the local students, okay, and also in some classes, okay, we employ foreign lecturers to teach the local students. So in doing this, okay, the students can look at a new perspective, because the foreign lecturers, okay, they might have different style of teaching, okay, they might have different inputs to deliver with the students, to share with the students. So I think this will bring a greater view as well as a new perspective in terms of several situations, or maybe in terms of several cases. So this will be a great process towards enhancing the international atmospheres in institutions. For the students as well, okay, they also will be exposed will be exposed with other students coming from different countries. So di situ pelajar juga boleh belajar untuk berkomunikasi dalam bahasa Inggeris, because definitely foreign students, they will use English as a medium of language. So at the same time, pelajar tersebut boleh juga cuba untuk mempertingkatkan lagi bahasa Inggeris lah.
Berarti dokter bisa dikatakan implementasinya itu dengan menjaring atau melakukan interaksi dengan bahasa internasional seperti itu, dengan membangun atmosfer di universitas itu untuk sering-sering melakukan student exchange seperti itu ya.
Ya betul. Kita perlu establish a strong international atmosphere in the institutions. So bila kita ada lebih banyak foreigners in terms of the teachers or in terms of the students, suasananya akan jadi berbeza. Kalau di sini disebut berbeza. Ya.
Baik dokter, jadi itu tadi merupakan pertanyaan terakhir ya untuk diskusi kita pada hari ini yang membahas tentang multicultural education. So, dokter bisa memberikan closing statement?
Okay, for me, I think multicultural education, it is very important because in every universities as well, okay, internationalization has become the important agenda. So multicultural education is one of the way in enhancing internationalizations. Bila adanya multicultural educations, okay, it also can create an equal opportunities for all of the students, even though they are coming from different backgrounds in terms of ethnic, in terms of race, in terms of social group. They can have an equal opportunity to learn. So multicultural education, it is something that we should explore more if we want to take advantage in nowadays era.
Okay, thank you so much Dr. Asma to closing statement. We hope that the words being said by him will be useful knowledge to our.
Semoga diskusi kita hari ini dokter menjadi ilmu yang bermanfaat barokah. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Well everyone, untuk diskusi kita pada sore hari ini mungkin sampai di sini aja dokter. Kami ucapkan terima kasih Dr. Asma sudah berkenan untuk hadir ya di podcast FEBTD UNUSA pada hari ini. Tentunya semoga kita dapat bertemu lagi ya dokter.
Terima kasih Oki Rizka for inviting me. It's such a good opportunity.
Okay. Baik teman-teman semua, untuk diskusi kita pada sore hari ini sudah selesai, dan juga terima kasih Dr. Asma sudah berkenan hadir untuk podcast kita hari ini di Things Podcast FEBTD UNUSA. See you on the next podcast. Bye bye.